The wildlife is calling my name. I gotta go and chase it. I'm geared up and ready for the game. Now it's time to face it. The great outdoors is my room to play. I'm gonna hunt, fish, love every day. I'm gonna hunt, fish, love every day.
Hi, I'm Austin, and on this episode of Hunt, Fish, Love, we're going to follow a young man who came all the way from North Carolina just to experience pheasant hunting in South Dakota. Then I'm with my daughter Amber in the cold mountain waters of Colorado.
Perfect. Good scene, good scene, good scene. Pick it up! Got him!
We're looking to catch some beautiful trout, and we'll learn a lot about taxidermy from a man who's been doing it all his life. Stick around. Hunt, Fish, Love, sponsored by the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, DriveSafeSD.com, and by Runnings, since 1947, your home, farm, and outdoor store, and by Lewis Drug with 45 locations throughout South Dakota, Iowa, and Minnesota. I want to thank all my sponsors this year who genuinely care about the great people right here in our area, and I invite you to tell them thank you for sponsoring Hunt, Fish, Love.
I'm gonna hunt, fish, love every day.
I went over to Granite Springs Lodge to talk with owner Jeff Larson.
Jeff, how you doing?
Good.
Jeff Larson, now tell me how Granite Springs got started.
It started 15 years ago, and we came out here and it was for sale about 5 years ago, so me and a group of family bought it. We've just kind of grown it into a family business and stuff. It's not only hunting, it's weddings, family reunions, all sorts of things out here. We've done a lot to the property and stuff, but we keep growing and growing every year, trying to do different things for the customer. They come from California, Canada, you name it, they come. It seems like everybody that's come here for the first time, we keep booking them for the next year, and we just keep growing.
I want to introduce you to some of the people that we'll be hunting with today.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
How you guys? You ready to do some hunting?
Yeah, you better believe it.
Austin.
Hey, John.
With Hunt, Fish, Love. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.
I'm Mike.
Mike, good to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you as well.
Yes, so where are you guys from?
Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia.
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Same.
Brothers. Brothers, I couldn't tell, and I see some twin outfits.
Oh, yeah. You're going to see a lot of that today. You're going to see it's a classic. You're going to see a lot of that today.
What brings you all the way here to Granite Springs?
A great time.
Yeah.
Great time, great people.
Yeah.
We've been coming here now for several years. It's awesome.
Yeah, and look at that sun coming up here on one of the most beautiful days.
It's fantastic.
Isn't that something? Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful out here. Just absolutely beautiful. I'm so glad you guys are here. We're going to follow you around today. And we're going to have some fun hunting out here at Granite Springs. Good to meet you, and let's have some fun.
Sounds great. Sounds great.
Hunt, Fish, Love is going to follow this young man, Will Woodhouse, from Raleigh, North Carolina. He was hunting South Dakota for the first time, accompanied by family members.
Tell me, what do you enjoy about Granite Springs?
Granite Springs, everything about it. Good food, good folks.
What are you shooting?
What am I shooting? A 12 gauge Browning, and missing everything I shoot at, but I don't care. Having a good time.
Yeah, it's beautiful out here.
Doing what's important. Loving on everybody.
Yeah. They were just telling me that you got your first pheasant of the year.
Oh, yeah.
The newcomer.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And did you get some pictures and everything?
Yeah, we did yesterday.
Awesome. So that was your first bird?
Yeah, it's my first time pheasant hunting.
Wow. What'd you think of the experience?
It was great. We had a great time. It was fun seeing the dogs run around. Fun being out there in the beautiful South Dakota terrain. It was just a great time. Even if I didn't get any birds, I still would have had just as much fun.
You got the idea. You must have got that from this guy.
Yeah, well, this guy, he's good in all weather and all phases of life, so I can learn a lot from him.
Everybody in Will's party was excited to see Will getting his chance to hunt for South Dakota pheasants. Will and his brother had done some target shooting earlier, just to be better prepared. And as soon as the last-minute instructions were given and the dogs were in position, I jumped in behind Will to see how he would do.
First time hunting?
It is.
Never shot pheasants before now?
Nope.
Wow.
Just first trip.
What are you shooting for a shotgun?
It's a Browning. It's my uncle's.
No kidding. We can thank your uncle. You've been knocking him down today.
Yeah, he's been good to me. It's quite an experience.
South Dakota is the capital.
It is, yeah. The land is very beautiful and very different than North Carolina, and I love it.
Well, we're glad you're here.
I'm glad to be here.
Let's have some fun.
It's great.
Bring low, bring low, bring low. We'll get him.
Oh, great shot, Will. Nice shot, Will. That was beautiful. Good shot. Good shot, Will. Didn't the Andy Griffith Show take place in North Carolina?
It did, yeah. Andy Griffith is he's an alumni of the University of North Carolina. He's from Mount Airy, which is where Mayberry is based off of.
You shoot better than Barney Fife, right?
I'm trying to learn to shoot better. I'm at least a little more responsible with my gun.
That bail and then Neo's shooting. There comes Big Daddy. Now that's a group of hunters.
What a great group to follow. 27 pheasants were taken just about 2 hours that day. We had great weather, and great memories were made by 9 closely related folks, enjoying the whole marvelous adventure of a great South Dakota pheasant hunt. And I have a feeling Will Woodhouse from North Carolina is going to be back. I sure hope so. We'd made this day a day we'd never forget. And I made another good friend. Way to go, Will. Coming up on Hunt, Fish, Love.
Perfect. Good seam, good seam, good seam. Pick it up. Got him. Nice one.
Look, I know you're upset, but I didn't do anything wrong. Just gonna give me the silent treatment the whole way home? That's fine. But after a few drinks, I'm cabbing it. You know why. Okay, fine. We can still get tacos. You're buying, though. I bought last time. Yes, I did. And you know that.
Runnings, incredible selection at competitive prices. Check us out.
Life pulls you in a million directions, which can make picking up multiple prescriptions multiple times a month a tough pill to swallow. Simplify the way you fill and pick up your prescriptions with SmartSync, the new prescription program from Lewis Drug. Convenient and available at no extra cost, SmartSync saves time by having your prescriptions filled and ready for pickup on the same day each month. SmartSync, just another way Lewis Drug is making life easy. To sign up for SmartSync, talk with your Lewis pharmacist today.
There are a lot of great things about hunting in South Dakota, but if safety isn't everyone's #1 concern, that hunting trip can become a tragedy. That's why these safety rules are essential. Know your safe zone of fire. Identify your target and what's beyond it. Make sure you see blue below the bird. Wear hunter orange and lots of it. For more hunting safety tips, visit www.gfp.sd.gov. Stay safe, have fun, and enjoy a great hunting season.
The skies were as pretty as I had ever seen the day we touched down in Denver at the end of May. Almost my whole family had come out to Colorado for my niece Kayla's wedding, but I had also lined up rooms at Mary's Lake Lodge, an absolutely beautiful facility located about 7 miles south of downtown Estes Park. You see, I had scheduled a couple of trout fishing trips while we were there, and my first stop would be Sasquatch fly fishing. And on the way over, we encountered some not-so-wild animals.
Look at these animals in the backyard. Oh, I better move.
I finally met up with our guide for that day, Joe Croteau.
Joe Croteau.
Hey, good to meet you.
Sasquatch fly fishing.
Yes.
So you know what you're doing, don't you?
Well, I've been doing it for over 20 years. So
Oh,
yeah.
wow. You look too young. You started when you were 10.
12.
Well, it's good to be here, and we're excited. We're going to catch some trout today, right?
Yeah. Oh, we should catch quite a few. Runoff is in full swing, but we still have quite a few.
All right. Well, let's get it going, okay?
Okay, sounds great.
All right.
There were a few more minor things to take care of, and then we'd be all set.
I'm officially set to catch trout. I'm ready.
The runoff was in full swing, and none of us wanted to stand in those freezing cold mountain waters. So we all got fitted with some waders.
I got waders. Official from Sasquatch Fly Fishing. Joe Croteau says these are it. I'm looking sharp.
Some last-minute sunscreen for all of us. Then we grabbed our stuff and split into two groups. My son Brett would be fishing further upstream. I would be following my daughter this day, who was trying to whistle the Andy Griffith theme song.
So you can see we're kind of at high water right now. So everything's getting pushed down.
I was trying to whistle like the Andy Griffith.
This is how we end up with all these log jams, and then they create these pools, and the trout are there's so few holes for them to sit in. They kind of sit in the pools till about mid-June, and then they start spreading out throughout the river. So our goal is going to be to come in behind them and then strip those spoons and whatnot through there.
Okay.
And if they're not hitting spoons, we'll go to some flies, and they might be hitting bugs under the surface.
Okay.
Oh man, yeah, this pool formed up nice, and you can kind of see the bugs flying around. See those little bugs? So that's a sign that, like, this is why fly fishermen never want to go out at 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
Because the water has to heat up so that the bugs start coming off, then the fish get a lot more active. So I know bass fishermen are out at like crack of dawn.
Yeah.
Trout fishermen in a river, sometimes it's not good till 9:30.
Okay.
And that's when the best fishing is. You cast well?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna flip that. We're gonna wade out there, get a good angle, and then strip it right through there. Okay.
Why don't you show me? Like, I'm used to lake fishing. Like, I can cast.
Okay. So we'll wade out there together.
Okay.
And we'll get right in that little pocket right there where the log is.
Right here.
Yep. And then I might come back and get the fly rod if you're not getting any hits.
Okay.
So you can grab my arm if you need to.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so you can stand right where my right foot is. Yep, right in that little pocket. There you go.
Right here?
Yep.
Okay.
And then our goal is to just do a short, just start with like a short little cast. Like just
Like, what should I aim for?
like just that, see that rock out there? Aim for that and then start reeling.
Cool. Ready to go?
Yeah, man.
Sweet. Here you go. Are you a righty or lefty?
I'm a righty.
Okay. I don't know which way this rod's set up for.
Looks like lefty.
So yeah, I'm gonna have you start down in this pool down here. Okay. Just what you're gonna want to do is kind of, you know, pitch it out into the current and let it swing through, kind of through this like softer water down here.
Okay.
Spend a few minutes doing it down here, and then we're gonna bump up and fish this pool here.
Okay. So pitch it out into the current, let it.
Yep.
And then just kind of. I mean, it has been years since I've fished, so.
No, that's
any
okay.
Tips at all?
Yeah. I'll be shooting away if I see some stuff you can work on.
Start with like a short little cast and then start reeling.
And start reeling? Like how fast?
Fast.
Okay.
Nice one. That's good. This is good because I actually wanted you to fish at Chernobyl and see if they're gonna come up. You grab that. Good cast. That's really good. And get just one more little strip. And go. Pick it up, pause, lay it down. Perfect.
This isn't so hard.
No.
But
It really isn't. And pick it up. Go. Oh, that was good.
So if I get a fish, I just
pick it up. He'll hook himself. Ready? And pick it up. Pause, lay it down. Perfect. Good seam. Pick it up. Got him. Nice one.
Now what?
Now you strip it in.
Yeah!
Okay. Oh, keep it in the water because we use like a fine line there.
I want to see it. Hold it up.
Now here's the problem. We got another fly below it. I don't want you to hook yourself. Rainbow. Nice bow.
I want to see it.
Okay. Hold it right by the belly.
Do this.
Yeah. There you go. You hold it out.
Catch, Hammer. Way to go.
Thank you.
Woo!
Go. Let's see that. Hold that in the sunlight.
Yeah.
Congratulations, little girl. That's fantastic.
You don't
Nice
understand.
job,
That
Amber,
actually
with
for
the fly.
Colorado.
Really?
Estes Park. You don't understand. Like we're in high mountain water.
That is so pretty.
Like, this is about an average trout for Estes Park.
Really?
Yeah. If we go to like
Can you keep, like, if I was fishing,
If it's 12 inches
isn't
and
it
over.
too small?
12 inches.
Yeah, so it's
So I
too
think
small to
it's maybe a 10-incher.
Yeah.
Look at that though, you hooked him perfect. See, I hooked him right in the roof of the mouth.
Weird.
And then we just pop that fly out. You're okay, buddy. You're okay. And then he goes right back into feeding.
Nice job, Joe.
We go right back into catching.
Okay, cool.
Huh?
That wasn't bad. That was easy-ish. Not really.
First time to fly fish. You don't realize like how many people fly fish
Yeah.
and never catch a fish. Like,
Really?
no.
Cool.
Okay, so there's more fish in there. We'll do one more cast after this. That's a good drift, good drift, good drift. You ready? Okay, pick it up. Got it. I knew that had to get a fish.
Cool.
Now this is a wild brook trout.
Okay.
Totally different fish. He's been in here for years.
Whoa.
And that's like a wild trout.
That's awesome. Holy cow.
And see how he ate the little bug?
Yeah.
He's like, sees those bugs hatching, and so he's like, oh man, it's time to eat.
Yeah.
And we just don't hurt him, so we just put him in there, and then he swims back.
Okay. Cool, thanks. That was awesome.
Rainbow in a brook.
Yeah.
Okay.
Coming up on Hunt, Fish, Love.
Every specimen that comes in is a different size. They're just like people. No two deer are going to be the same. This is a whitetail mannequin.
Simon, gotta go. I'm late.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Slow down and wear your seatbelt.
All right.
Before the calm, before the hunt, before the climb, it starts with a passion, and that passion starts at Runnings, the best gear and supplies from the most trusted brands in hunting. When you get the shot, will you be ready? Runnings, your home, farm, and outdoor store.
Life pulls you in a million directions, which can make picking up multiple prescriptions multiple times a month a tough pill to swallow. Simplify the way you fill and pick up your prescriptions with SmartSync, the new prescription program from Lewis Drug. Convenient and available at no extra cost, SmartSync saves time by having your prescriptions filled and ready for pickup on the same day each month. SmartSync, just another way Lewis Drug is making life easy. To sign up for SmartSync, talk with your Lewis pharmacist today.
This is every parent's nightmare. But it doesn't have to be. When you buckle up, yours isn't the only life you save.
I am with Stan Lorenz from Advanced Taxidermy. You have that right?
That's right.
And that's located in somewhere around Harrisburg, South Dakota.
Yep.
That's your address.
Yep, just northeast of Harrisburg.
Taxidermy, for those, I'm actually not a Greek scholar, but I looked it up, and it's the idea of taxis, which is to arrange, and dermis, of course, dermatology, whatever, the skin or the fur. You are a taxidermist.
I am.
Tell me, Stan, how you got started in this business, or is it a hobby?
Well, it started out as kind of a hobby. I learned the basics from my father. He was quite a sportsman, and he did all the work down in his basement, so it was just normal for me to go down there and watch what he was doing. And then eventually, I'd get a blackbird or something, and I'd try and skin it out, and I'd have it all cut full of holes, and then I'd get another one, and just kind of learned the basics from him. And then from there on out, he wouldn't let me do any work for customers until I met his standards. And once I did that, then I started getting some customers, and then the business just grew from there.
Yeah, so unlike maybe some people where the father drags the son into the business, you were interested.
Oh, very much so.
How young were you when this happened?
Well, I suppose I was about 6 or 7 when I was downstairs with my dad. And then I suppose around 15 or 16, I was still in high school. Wow. I started doing work for other people, and then I've been at it ever since.
Yeah, so it's much more than a hobby.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Tell me a little bit about your first time doing something, what it was, and how it turned out in your eyes.
Well, I mounted a lot of my own stuff first, because it's one thing if you mess up your own stuff, but if you mess up somebody else's, you just don't go out and get another specimen of whatever that is. So I think I was really big with birds in the beginning. I liked doing birds, so we did a lot of pheasants, waterfowl, that type of thing. And I suppose the first thing I actually did for a customer was a pheasant, because it was back in the 60s when there's pheasants all over, and we did a lot of them.
Yeah, we're going to be showing throughout this segment as we speak, we're going to be showing some of your work. They're going to be watching it as we talk about some of the things. As you've grown into this business and gotten better and better at it, what have you enjoyed the most about getting together with these dead carcasses and making them look like they are alive?
Well, I guess that's the driving force, is you're always trying to improve your work. I've been doing this for 45 years and still don't know it all. Wow. There's still new techniques and so forth that make a huge difference, and the customers are more demanding. Yeah. And I think a lot of that is with outdoor shows, wildlife paintings, that type of thing. They know what that stuff is supposed to look like now, and they know the difference between a bad job and a good job. So it forces you to be better.
We live in the unbelievable age of technology. How has that affected what you do, or has it affected it at all?
It's affected it a lot. We were talking earlier before we started this segment about the mannequins and so forth that we use. It's just incredible what they're doing with the materials that go into a specimen. They're so much more lifelike. They're so much easier to work with. You get a mount that's going to last so much longer. So
you're going to do the best you can on every mount, though, right?
Oh, absolutely.
You do fish, you do birds, you do wild game. Which do you enjoy the most, just from a personal preference? What do you love to do?
Well, I still like to do birds, but we do a lot of deer heads. We do quite a bit of fish, and now the fish are moving into reproduction fish. You get a lot of people from Canada, Minnesota that catch and release, and so that's a whole nother ball game to learn and to get good at.
Now, without naming any names, what might be the most challenging task you've had in all your years of putting these mounts together?
Well, we've had a lot of different things come in, and that's another joy part of this business, is every time that phone rings, you don't know what's on the other end of it.
You know what they're going to bring in.
And I've done a 12-foot python.
Wow.
I had a guy call in the dead of winter, and I've got a friend of mine that's always pulling my leg, and I thought it was him on the other end of the phone, but a guy called up and said, do you do alligators? And of course I'm thinking it's my friend, so I said, oh yeah, we do a lot of alligators. Well, I've got one. Can I bring it out? Sure, bring it out. And I'll be darned, within an hour, this guy comes out in a little Subaru, and two guys come into the shop and said, well, we're here. And I said, what do you mean you're here? Well, we're here, I'm the guy that called with the alligator. I said, you mean to tell me you actually got an alligator? Well, yeah, and he's alive. I said, what? and he was it was a pet that he'd gotten,
he wanted it preserved.
He wanted it preserved. Wow. And so put my foot in my mouth there, because I told him I did an alligator, but it was a quick study, and you do it.
That is amazing. So now, in between us here, we have an unnamed mount. We don't have to name any names, but you're about to do some work on this. Where do you start? Obviously with this beginning?
Well, yeah. Every specimen that comes in is a different size. They're just like people. No two deer are going to be the same. This is a whitetail mannequin, and when somebody brings a deer in, we have to take measurements of it. We have to take a measurement from the nose to the tip of the eye and around the neck, and then we order that form that's the closest to those measurements.
Okay.
And what I was going to do on this segment was I was going to set these eyes. I've already set the antlers, and kind of show you what all goes into putting them cape on a mannequin like this.
Okay, well, that's what we're going to do. I think what we'll do is come back and we'll take a walk through as to the procedures that you took in order to make this come alive again for someone who really, really had a great hunt and said, I want to preserve that memory. Stan, it's been great visiting with you about taxidermy. Learned a lot already. We're going to learn more next time we get together. We're going to see this mount finished, okay? All right, with Stan Lorenz from Advanced Taxidermy, you're watching Hunt, Fish, Love.
On the next episode of Hunt, Fish, Love, we're going back to Granite Springs Lodge with a first-time hunter, Nick Peterson, Lieutenant Joel Peterson's nephew. We're going to see if we can get him his first pheasant.
Oh, that's a great cast. That's a great cast. Go. Got him. It's okay. Go. Got him.
Then to Colorado, where my daughter's fishing for wild trout in a wild way.
This pose is called a full sneak pose. It's usually the deer will do this if they see something.
That's all coming up next episode. Join me.
I don't want to miss her getting a fish.
Oh, you okay, Austin? We're good? I'll record that.
Yeah. Should that make like that? Are you okay?
I'm gonna hunt, fish, love every day.
This is every parent's nightmare. But it doesn't have to be. When you buckle up, yours isn't the only life you save.
Before the dawn, before the decoys, before the call. It starts with a passion, and that passion starts at Runnings. The best gear and supplies from the most trusted brands in hunting. When you get the shot, will you be ready? Runnings, your home, farm, and outdoor store.
Both my legs were amputated due to an IED. It's when you start to try to get back into like an everyday life. I absolutely felt like I lost some of my purpose. There must be something more. When DAV came into my life, they gave me a new mission. I could still be a productive member of society, could still support a family.
The DAV gave him that sense of structure and purpose again to get his life back together.
Visit DAV.org to learn more about our mission.
We purchased the land about 3 years ago, and there was an old farmstead on there with trees. We were going to clear the land so we could farm through it. We thought we knew where the pipe was and it wouldn't be a problem, so we didn't call to get it located. The work on our property led to the damage of a light crude pipeline. Fortunately, no one was hurt, but it could have been much worse. Calling 811 and clicking before you dig are free services. It only takes minutes and can save your life.